Assalamu alaikum, Muslimah Media. We're back today to talk again about creating positive cultural change. And today I want to talk about the hot topic of hijab. I have a personal interest in hijab because when I was 18 years old in 1984, my first encounter with Islam was the concept of hijab. And I was so enamored with the idea that I thought to myself, I'm going to take this amazing idea to the National Organization of Women and tell them about this great empowering system of hijab. I didn't do that. Instead, I learned more about Islam and became a Muslim. The hijab has been defined and described by many people in many different ways. I personally don't like the descriptions that talk about plastic around lollipops and peels around oranges and these kinds of things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't tell us in the Quran that the hijab is so that we can have an orange peel around us and be protected from ants and bugs. But rather, the verses of Quran that speak to us of hijab speak to us of empowerment. And yu'rifna wa la yu'dain. That we should put on this scarf, wear our hijab, in order that we might be known. We stand as a standard for our religion, a standard that stands strong and calls to all and says, I am a Muslim woman. I am a religious woman. I am a woman of faith. I stand for a certain way of thinking, a certain way of belief. It's interesting that throughout our history at different times, people have discussed and wanted to discuss the issue of is it farad or not? Is it an obligation or not? And I find as a woman, the argument that it is not farad, an interesting dismissal of the witnessing of women. The women of the Prophet ﷺ, by that I mean the women who were first there, who heard these verses first. Their response when they heard the verse was an immediate tearing of fabric that they had embroidered and stitched. Now, if you embroider and stitch fabric, you value it. They took this valuable fabric, tore it, and put it upon themselves. What does this tell us? It tells us that they heard, they understood, they responded. It tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that our sharia, our law, is based on looking at the personal responses of women to the Quran. Their response. Those who tell you the Prophet ﷺ didn't say, wear hijab, are dismissing the actions of these women. This is a Sahih Bukhari event. This is an event that is found in our most trusted resources. The story of alcohol, when the people of Medina threw the alcohol in the streets, we proudly speak of this event as part of the proof that finally alcohol and drinking had been made haram. In the same way, we need to proudly speak of the event of these women who stood and heard and acted and put their hijab on. This is a word we use today, hijab. It's not the word of the Quran. The Quran uses different words to indicate hijab. Jalbabihinna and khimarihinna. Both of these words meaning the scarf that I'm wearing on my head today. Also, both of them, especially jalbabihinna, indicating also that fabric that comes down and covers the rest of the body. The hijab is an empowering system. It is a system that gives women the opportunity to avoid the sexual exploitation that has been part of the capitalist system, to yet go out in the world and be an activist, be part of the cultural development of her society and her community, while avoiding the harassment that has been part and parcel of life for women as they've tried to seek leadership and strength and authority in different places today, in our modern times. The hijab is a blessing. The hijab is a standard that says, I am a Muslim. But the hijab is not a piece of judgment. It's not something that we should judge one another with. It is that which we as individual Muslim women wear to individually respond to the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran and to respect and honor the response of the women around the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in putting on this hijab, we stand strongly as women of faith as an example to all people of what it means to take step after step in Iman. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Thank you.